A very good morning, my dear children. Welcome back for the geography session. I hope you all are doing well. You all are fit and fine. Children, in our last session, we started with a new chapter. Do you remember the name of the chapter? Yes. The name of our chapter was Chapter 7, Let Us Solve Our Own Problems. Right? We already completed part 1. Today we'll be doing the second part of this chapter. Children, I told you there are 3 main points in this lesson. They are issues in civic life, solving disputes, and problem solving. These are the 3 main points of this chapter. Remember, children? Yes, and we did 2 points already. We did issues in civic life and we did solving disputes. Remember? Yes. Today we'll be focusing on the third point, that is problem solving. Okay? Today we'll be focusing on problem solving. So are you all ready? Let's begin. Let's see how problems can be solved. Okay. Children, now we'll be focusing on problem solving. But have you ever thought what is the meaning of problem solving? What do you have to do for solving problems? Okay, now first thing you have to do is you have to understand the problem. Okay, first thing you have to know is you have to realize what is the problem. Exactly what is the problem? First you have to find out that. Once you have found out what the problem is, then you have to think why this problem is arising, what is causing this problem. Okay, and last, how we can solve this. So these are 3 main questions you need to know when you are solving any problem. First thing is, what is the problem? That is very important. You should understand what the problem is. Second is, what is causing that problem? Why is that problem occurring? And then third is, how we can solve that problem. What measures can be taken to solve the problem peacefully by everybody, where everybody will be happy about those results. So you have to be very careful with problem solving. So children, have you all heard about various attempts that are done to solve such problems? Okay, they have given an example, actually 2 in your text. First is about the Hiware Bazaar. Okay, the first one is about the Hiware Bazaar. Hiware Bazaar is actually a village, okay, that is lies in a drought prone region, that is Ahmednagar district. Okay, Hiware Bazaar is a village in the Ahmednagar district, and its biggest problem was shortage of water. Okay, scarcity of water, no proper water. Okay, and that is why many people from this village were actually leaving the village and going to the nearby regions, nearby urban areas, and they started staying there, settling there, because they faced a lot of problem because of the scarcity of water. Okay, they started migrating from their village. But after 1990, okay, this all problems were scarcity of water and all these problems that they were facing. This was before 1989. In 1990, okay, there was a person elected as a Sarpanch. His name was Popatrao Pawar. Okay, he was elected as a Sarpanch, that is the village chief. And what they did is, the entire village came together and they decided to use the funds from the government schemes to recover the glory of their village back. Okay, the village planned, okay, they planned everything and they noted the conservational initiatives that are to be taken, and then they planned to bring their village back to its own glory. Okay, now these villagers, see, they had a drought in the village. Now what is drought? When there is no water, you must have seen the land gets cracked. Okay, it's all dry, and especially when it is summer, you can't stay in that region because it's so warm there. You cannot grow anything in the soil because there's no water. So you can't grow food, you cannot stay there because you cannot get water to drink. You face a lot of problems. Okay, so what these people did is, the villagers implemented a drip irrigation system to conserve water and soil and to increase the food production. Okay, you have already studied about the irrigation methods, or drip irrigation and sprinkle irrigation. Now these people, they implemented drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is what? There's a huge pipe, and just near the root of the plant, there's a small hole in the pipe from which one drop of water starts dripping on the soil, thus giving the water only to the plant. Okay, water is not wasted. Okay, normally when we water the plants, what we do is we on the tap and we just spray it around. So a lot of water is wasted. But what these people did, they used drip irrigation method. So what happened? Only the plant got the water, and the water was not wasted here and there. And because of the pipe system also, the water went properly to each and every plant that was grown. Because of which what happened? Food production increased. Okay. Now these people, they avoided crops like sugarcane and bananas. They avoided growing crops like sugarcanes and bananas because sugarcane and bananas require huge amount of water to grow. Okay, that's why what these people did, they avoided cultivating sugarcane and bananas. Their program also included rainwater harvesting. Okay, collecting rainwater and keeping. Okay, digging trenches. They dug trenches. So whenever the water, there was rainwater, they started collecting that rainwater into tanks. Then they dug trenches. See, the people did rainwater harvesting. Okay, in rainwater harvesting, what happens? The rainwater is collected on the top of the house. Okay, you make like a cabin on the top of the house, just like a tank. And through the pipes, this water is going through the pipes. It goes underground. So underground you can have like a tank, or maybe storage for water, from which you can use water when it is when you don't have water, when you have scarcity of water, you can use this water. See here also. So if the rainwater is going through the drainage, so from the drainage also there is roadside water also is drained, cleaned here. Okay, and it is collected into the tanks. Okay, so this is all is done, and these are trenches here. Can you see here? Okay, now what are trenches? Trenches are dug. Okay, so what happens is, when this trenches are dug in the ground, okay, especially on the slope of the ground, it reduces the velocity of water runoff. Water normally slides down, no? Okay, if it is flowing on falling on the top, it normally slides down. So what trenches do is, when you dig a trench, no, it stops the water. It makes its flowing, it reduces its flowing. Okay, and they enhance water infiltration and prevent soil erosion. Okay, so when this is there, even soil erosion doesn't take place. The water stays there, the water doesn't flow. Normally when the water flows from the mountains, it carries soil also with it. So if you're digging trenches, okay, what happens is, soil erosion also doesn't take place, and this stays, the water also stays collected. Okay, now you can see trenches can be seen as an extended practice of ploughing fields also. Okay, so this is how they worked, the people of the Hiware Bazaar. Okay, these are the things they did. Okay, they started rainwater harvesting. They started digging trenches. Around the hill, okay, to trap water. They started afforestation, planting more trees. Okay, all these things they started taking initiatives. All these things were started. Okay, along with these things, okay, along with storing water, digging trenches, storing the drainage water also, which is going from the rainwater, which is going from the drains also, that also they started saving. Okay, All these things, okay, building this percolated tanks, all these things were also an initiative. Plus, along with this, they started one more initiative. And what was that initiative? This next initiative was a huge social change, okay, which included ban on liquor, okay, no drinking liquor, okay, adoption of family planning. They started family planning, and Shramdan. Okay, now what is Shramdan? Okay, Shramdan means volunteering, uh, coming forward to help the village. Now, no gain in that. Voluntary of asking them, okay, I will help you, whatever help you require in digging the trenches or in building the tanks or in getting the tanks, whatever is needed, all was done on their own. That is Shramdan. Okay, you voluntarily give your labor, okay, your hard work. In short, you work hard on your own will. That is called as Shramdan. Okay, so that all things started. Okay, all these initiatives were taken which greatly improved the socio-economic conditions in this village. Okay, and that's why this village was declared as an ideal village by the government of Maharashtra. Alright, by the government of Maharashtra, it was declared as the ideal village, and they received National Water Award by the government of India. Okay, on 11th September 2007, the Hiware village, they received National Water Award by government of India. Okay, along with all these things, the green harvest also increased. They started green harvest also. Grass harvest also. Okay, they started grass harvest, which increased from 100 tons to 2000 to 6000 tons. Okay, and along with that, they started milk production also. And in 2010, their milk production went up to 4000 liters a day. So they started first with rainwater, rainwater harvesting and Shramdan and afforestation and everything. Then they started with banning the liquor, adopting family planning and Shramdan, and slowly they started with grass harvesting and also milk production. And that is how this village became an ideal village and also received an national award for water. Okay, now this is how Hiware Bazaar used to look earlier, as it was drought prone. Later, Hiware Bazaar started looking like this. Now it has lush green surroundings because of their water conservations and solving their problems. Okay, even the problem of animal feed that they were facing, even that is solved now. So earlier, this is how Hiware Bazaar used to look, and now it is changed to lush green. Okay, now many villages face water shortage. Even our areas, some places we find water shortage. Okay, we need to find reasons for this. What are the reasons for this and how we can solve this? Now, how Hiware Bazaar did it, even we can children, when we have rainfall, we know we get ample amount of rainfall comparatively, as we are near the coast, we have lot of rainfall. So how can we save this rainwater that we can use later? Okay, we can also build percolated tanks. We have wells, most of us have wells. We have lakes in our surroundings, so we can dig those, make them little deeper. Okay, take some precautions, make them little deeper. You can actually build walls in the surroundings so that nobody stumbles into it. But some of the other things that we can do to save water, even on our part, though we get enough water compared to the other parts, we have good rainfall, I would say. So even we can try saving the water, because most of the rainwater, when it flows, you must have seen, when we have floods, what happens? This rainwater, it goes into the gutters, and from the gutters it goes and meets the sea. Okay, so that is wasted. Clean water that we are getting directly from the clouds is wasted. So we can, on our part, do this wherever we have problems. Even though we don't have problems, we can save this water. Okay, Not only that, when we are using water, okay, collecting water, yes, conserving water is important, but not only collecting the rainwater, that is only not enough. But how we can save the water? We should not use excess amount of water when it is not necessary. This I keep on telling you all every now and then. Okay, whenever you see taps open, shut them. Close the taps. Don't keep them open. Don't let the water go running. Plus, use only that much amount of water that is needed. Simply don't keep on wasting water. When you are washing something, this I think I have told you earlier also, when we are washing something, we can wash them in a bowl and we can use that water in our kitchen gardens or in our gardens where we have our plants. So we can also save water, we can also conserve water on our part, and thus save these problems from occurring only. If we start saving water now, these problems of drought will not occur in our areas if we try to conserve the water now when we have it. Okay, let's see next. Water conservation that I said just now is very important. Water is one of our basic needs. We need it every now and then, so that is very important. Now there is one more example about problem solving. It's about a village. Okay, that village is named as Khudawadi. Name of the village is Khudawadi, which is in Osmanabad district. Okay, now what these people did, even they, this people of Khudawadi, even they cleaned their village through Shramdan. Okay, this is Shramdan. They did not wait for some people to come and start cleaning or cleaners to come and start cleaning. They themselves came forward and they started cleaning the village. Okay, that is called as Shramdan. They voluntarily came forward and started cleaning their village. Okay. Now, Osmanabad also is a district in Maharashtra. It's a district of Maharashtra, and the people of Khudawadi also through Shramdan voluntarily contributed their labor. Okay, they decided that everybody should help in cleaning the village. That was a decision that everybody should come forward and clean the village. Okay. First, the wastewater was dealt with. Now, what to do with the wastewater, how to drain the wastewater, everything that was decided. When that was done, then later they dealt with the garbage problems. Now, whatever garbage is there, how can we clean that garbage? Okay, that's how they decided. Now, what we should do with the garbage, I told you earlier also that garbage should be kept in separate bins, because all garbage is different. Now, dry garbage should be kept separately. Wet garbage you can use as manure, and dry garbage, in that also you have to keep plastics, glasses and all that separately, and then they can be recycled. Okay, so first they dealt with cleaning. Once the cleaning was done, then they dealt with the water. Okay, how they can deal with the wastewater, where will the wastewater go, how we can drain it and everything. And then they started taking care of the garbage. Okay, dry garbage was kept separately and the wet garbage was used for manure. They started using wet garbage for manure, and they started using vermicompost. Okay, they started using vermiculture. Now, what is vermiculture? Okay, vermiculture is the product of decomposition process using various species of worms. Okay, various species of worms are used, especially earthworms, red ligglers, white worms and other worms. A mixture of all these worms, they start decomposing. Earlier also it was said that farmer's best friend is the earthworm, because the earthworm, they move in the land and they make it fertile. Okay, so by excuse me, so they started using vermiculture. All right, that's how they did some of the processes. Now, vermicomposting is a process by which worms are used to convert organic waste, that is your wet garbage, as I said, into humus like material of vermiculture. Okay, that is used in farms. Okay, and as a high quality animal feed. So they started doing the vermiculture, and next they did was building a toilet in each house. Okay, they started building a toilet in each house. So they did 4 main things. First is cleaning the village. Second is dealing with the wastewater. Third is garbage. They used it as manure using vermiculture. And fourth is they build a toilet in each house. That is how they tried to solve their problem. And because of this, even the people of Khudawadi village also solved their problem. They had problems with waste and all that. So that also was cleared. So this is what is important, children, that we solve our problems on our own. Try to figure out things where we can solve the problem on our own. First, as I said, first you need to find out what is the problem. First, find out the problem. Then the reason why this problem is occurring, why this problem is taking place, and finally we suggest solutions, that which solution will work. So these two village examples they have given, where they sat together, they thought of the problem, they decided to take a step ahead, deal with it, and then they came up with various ideas with which many problems of their villages were solved. Okay. So we'll wait here. I'll just read this portion for you, children. Okay. Okay, we'll just read this, children. Have you heard about these attempts at solving problems? Hiwar Bazaar. In the village of Hiwar Bazaar in Ahmednagar district, water shortage was a big problem. This problem was solved with the help and participation of the villagers. The problem of animal feed was also solved. Now Hiware Bazaar has lush green surroundings. Okay, we saw the things they have done. Next is cleaning a village through Shramdan. Okay, that is voluntary involvement. The people of Khudawadi village in Osmanabad district cleaned their village through Shramdan, all voluntary contribution of labor. They decided that everyone should help in cleaning the village. First, the wastewater was dealt with. The garbage was used to make manure using vermiculture. A toilet was built in each house. Okay. So children, these are the two examples that we have in our text. Now, why these examples are given? Because main thing is we need to understand the problems. Okay. Problem solving is very important, children. Now, in your life also will be having problems. Now, these were the problems of the entire village. So, all the villagers came together and they solved. Similarly, sometimes we have problems personally. So, main thing is three things you have to keep in mind, as I said earlier. First is find out what is the problem exactly, why there is a problem. Then what is causing that problem, and once you realize, then how you can solve that problem. Okay. So in our lesson we are learning the same thing. What are the problems and how we can deal with these problems and solve these problems. That is what is very necessary, children. Okay. We can come together and solve some problems, or if we are having some personal issues, we can think over it and solve those problems. Okay. Main thing is we need to find solutions for the problems. Okay. That is very important. And still, if you are unable, you should talk to someone who can help you in solving this problem. Alright. So I hope you have enjoyed this session, my dear children. There's a little part remaining of the chapter which will be continuing in our next session. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you will find solutions. If you are facing any problems, you will think over it. As I said, there might be any issues that you feel, so you can find it. So we are learning about problem solving. I hope you enjoyed the session. We'll meet again soon, children. Till then, take care, stay safe, stay home. Have a wonderful, wonderful day ahead. Have a wonderful weekend, children. Enjoy your time. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless you. See you soon. Take care.